All right, Ross, can you hear us?
We can. Hang on, we're still getting our backdrop set.
Totally understand. Thank you for working with us on that. We appreciate it. All right, we're going to roll into questions. We're going to take as many as we can in our 30-minute time slot with you. So thanks again for joining us. And to kick off questions, we're going to start with Jeff with Empire Sports. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hi, Russ. Thanks for joining us today. Congratulations on the new ride over at Ganassi in the 42. How interesting is it, and what are the unique obstacles you face in joining a new team, a team that's had success before at the Cup Series level, when practice and in shop adjustments are at a premium right now?
Yeah, I don't know if that question is ready to be answered, honestly. The best thing right now ahead of the season, right, when we're talking about it and trying to prepare, is that it was all familiar faces. It's not a new building. I didn't have to get a new key to get into the shop. The folks at Pratt and Miller, like everything is at Team Chevy is familiar. So we've been able to just ramp up that dialogue to a whole nother level. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I don't know what to expect yet.
And what is the benefit of having a prior NASCAR champion like Kurt Busch to guide you for several steps of the way?
Yeah, I'm going to follow that guy's lead. Even on my media day, I'm following him. So he's a good guy to follow. Like you said, man, champion. We've gotten to spend some time together this off season. He came by the watermelon farm. I showed him around a little bit. He got to meet some more of my family. And we're not that different in a lot of ways. And just talking and just chatting about life and, talking about race cars, talking about watermelons, talking about his childhood. He actually ran some of the same series I did and my dad did as a hobby, the same fast truck series, like the American race trucks. So that was cool to talk about old times like that. And just he's been there and he's done it. And the depth of drivers and like the best role models that I can try to be like. I've had some really good ones in my life, obviously with my dad. But then you get into the CGR fold and the guys that Chip has assembled. And I mean, Scott Dixon, Dario Franchitti, these guys are just Jimmy Johnson. Like these are all guys that I've been able to now go to and ask questions. So Kurt is first and foremost closest, and we're driving the same race cars. So I've bugged him with quite a few questions.
Terrific. Thanks, Ross. Good luck this season.
Yep. Thanks.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from Kelly Crandall. Go ahead, Kelly.
Thanks, Amanda. Hey, Ross. I've got two for you. I'm going to put you on the spot here with this first one. Your story obviously is well known about how hard you're working just to get an opportunity. So is this your shot? Is this your one shot? Does this have to work at Ganassi?
Well, I mean, as a racer, yeah, I don't want to go fail. So there is no alternative. There is no plan B. I mean, yeah, the farm and can grow and sell watermelons. But yeah, as a racer, I want to succeed and I want to do my job. So yeah, this is it.
And then the second one, you have a reputation for being a hard charger, hard racer. Does that change now with this opportunity? Do you try to maybe blend in a little bit more, or do you approach things differently now that you're in the Cup Series and you have a stability?
Yes, definitely blend in more. I'm not gonna let anybody pass. I'm not gonna, purposely run into anybody. I think that's been maybe embellished a little bit over the years, and I haven't done any work to diminish it. I've embraced it and enjoyed, how people view me and how people talk about me. And we've used it internally with the race teams that I've driven for over the last 2 years to really motivate and find that extra little bit of speed in the race trucks and the cars. And it's, I wouldn't trade it. I would not trade anything. Like all those steps and all those, all those mistakes are what got me here. So, but yes, definitely blend in a little better. And I don't want or need a line of drivers or crew chiefs or anybody to be lined up at the car, after these races. This is the premier series, and I have to elevate to that level. I have a long way to go, and this is going to be the biggest step of my career.
Thanks, Ross.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from Bob Pockris. Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, Ross, do you feel like the drivers in the Clash will have an advantage over you come that road course race without practice, or with Kurt having run it and you getting his notes, is it not a big deal?
Definitely. Yeah, it's a benefit to them, but they earned it. Those guys, they've done what they need to do to meet all the requirements. And luckily we do have Kurt, and I'll be watching, listening, looking through everything at the 42 team. Will be watching and in constant communication with the one team, and whatever they do learn will help us. It only can help. But from the pure driving aspect of getting laps there, I mean, I've got some laps in the Xfinity car, but they weren't exactly quality, and I need more. I need more laps at all these places, especially road courses. And yeah, they're gonna have the upper hand, but that's okay. We'll be there in the race.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from Lee Spencer. Go ahead, Lee.
Thank you, and thanks for joining us, Ross. Just curious, you spent some time with Spire Motorsports last year. How have you seen their evolution, where the first season they really didn't even have a brick and mortar building to work out of, and now they're expanding and giving other drivers a shot?
Genius. I mean, they didn't have a toolbox or a wrench or a jack or nothing. They didn't have a car, and they've progressively built it with the help of a lot of other people and other team owners along the way that I've got to drive for as well. But taking that step to buy a shop, acquire more charters, and get race cars, real race cars. They're going to have some really good cars, some really good engines. Corey is going to have, just like me, he's going to have that next step in performance. And they've went out years ago when people thought they were kind of crazy, and what everybody, I think it was the joke was it was just a cash grab. It wasn't. They had a long-term goal, and I got to be just a fly on the wall. And for a lot of those talks years ago, and even I was kind of like, man, I don't know. But everything they said that they wanted to do, they've accomplished. So, obviously I'm indebted to them and tied to them and friends with them, and want to see them succeed. And having the alliance with us at CGR is big. It's a big deal. And, it just gives us another Chevy teammate as well at Daytona. And we all know Corey can drive, so it's going to be really cool.
I know Jeff and TJ have long time relationships with Chip, but how is the relationship from a technical standpoint going to work? I mean, do you guys feel like Corey's just another cog in the Ganassi wheel, or how in tune are you all going to be?
I'm focused on the 42 car. I will be honest. And I don't try to act like I'm at the shop every day, or that I'm the one putting rear ends in these cars, or dropping motors in them. So I don't know on the technical side or cars or how all that. I really don't know how that works, to be honest. So I know that they have a long relationship with Chip, and they all want to help each other, and as long as it makes sense for everybody, yeah. So my biggest thing is knowing that, when I find the back bumper of that 7, I can push him. And when he finds my back bumper, he's another guy that can push me.
Appreciate your time. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from Deb Williams. Go ahead, Deb.
Thank you, Amanda. Morning, Ross. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning.
You're heading into your first year full-time in Cup. How was your off season different from the others?
More relaxing, to be honest, and I can say that truthfully. I got more sleep across the board, knowing what I was going to do, and I had goals, and we set very specific, like, ahead of these races. We started planning back when we knew we were going to do this, and at the end of the season, and then really ramped it up as soon as Phoenix was over. I mean, we all took our holiday breaks for Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, but took that time to step away. But we have been more diligent than I've ever been able to be with a team of time in the Chevy simulator, and just talking, whether it is on a Zoom call sometimes, or going and finding a big conference room and sitting probably 15 feet apart, but just talking with my core group of guys that I'm going to spend this year going to battle with, and just getting that communication where, they know what I mean when I say this, and that I'm not maybe not the biggest motivational speaker on the radio pre-race or post-race. And, that's the time to do our job. So having those goals and having simulator sessions, a lot of them, I mean, I thought I did a lot in the past, and it didn't even touch what we've done now. But making real changes, just like a practice session. So we just focused on that, just like we were testing in real life, and then deciphering through and seeing what's real and not, is for the smart guys on my team to do at CGR. And having those goals has been the biggest thing that's kept me on track.
Well, have you been surprised at the amount of time it's required, such as with photo shoots and things that maybe you hadn't thought about before?
Not really, because unfortunately we have done photo shoots, we have done production days, but I'm just kind of out there by the car by myself, and like everybody's away because I have my mask off, right? So I'm by myself, and then my mask is close by. I can put it on, and then we can go see what we need to fix or do. But it's, that's the bad part about all this is, like, yeah, all the pageantry, and even going to Daytona. I've been fortunate enough to run 2 Daytona 500s, and I've been there as a fan for years. And not once I get in the car, it won't matter, but pre-race, the place won't be sold out. We've been sold out for years in a row now. And just even back to photo shoots and these things, we should be in the 500 club in the infield at Daytona doing this, not here now. We should all be in fire suits, and we should be, carrying helmets around, trying to grab lunch between sessions, jumping in this room, going up the elevator, down the elevator, around the corner. And we don't get that person-to-person interaction. And, that's just the downfall of the world we live in now.
That's true. Thank you. Have a good season.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from, let's see here, Ashley McCubbin. Go ahead.
Ross, sorry about that. When you look at yourself as a driver, what do you feel that you need to improve upon?
Everything. There's so much. Yeah, I mean, just staying as close to the, right. We all have better laps or better days than others, whether it's in normal life or on the racetrack, and making those bad days better and those good days great. Keeping the mistakes down, and staying calm and cool. That's the biggest thing mentally. I've just tried to, I won't know until I get in the car, but just really try to just be a better person inside the car and have a better outlook, and not worry as much whenever something doesn't go how I think it should. So controlling what I can control is the biggest thing. And the rest of it it's racing. It's not, we don't call it winning, call it racing. And just trying to control what I can control is hopefully what I can do better.
And knowing what you know now and the journey that you've taken to get to this point, what would be one piece of advice you would have given yourself 5 years ago?
Believe that it's going to happen. Because I was doing it, and I did believe. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see the end goal. I knew what I wanted to do, and I knew what we were talking about and what we were trying to prepare to do, but yeah, I would probably even back up farther than that. And when I first got to NASCAR, I was so naive in the truck series, and but I people were telling me there was a way. I just knew the real facts of it, and I didn't know if it would actually happen. So just to believe, keep doing it.
Thank you.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from Jamal Hawkins. Go ahead.
All right, thank you. Ross, after multiple incidents in super speedway races over the last couple of years for yourself and some of your teammates and other drivers as such, do you feel that some drivers maybe in the Cup Series may not trust you come February 14th on track? And do you even care if they do, or would you rather just work with your teammates instead of trying to gather their trust?
No, I definitely need their trust. Fortunately, with my high number of starts in the Cup Series, I will not have rookie stripes, we found out. So even though I've never, all the reasons why I thought I would be a rookie by the rules, but we won't be. So they won't have that reminder. And I think once we're out racing, try to just do the best I can to help my line move forward. And I've made mistakes. There's no way around it. Huge mistakes. It cost me and my teams a lot of money, a lot of points, a lot of chances at wins. So I can only try to be better from that. So I think all the racers have made mistakes. Every race car driver has made mistakes, and hopefully they see that I didn't do those on purpose. I just made a mistake. So hopefully they give me another chance.
Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take another question here from Marty at ROC Sports. Go ahead.
Thank you, Amanda. Hey, Ross, hope you're doing well. It's kind of just as a little bit of a follow-up to Lee's question. You just talked about Spire Motorsports, and Corey LaJoie has seemed more confident and optimistic than ever. What have conversations been like with him?
Not too much, to be honest, lately. Back when silly season, when we were all in full swing, we were talking and stuff, but it'll really ramp up with all the other Chevrolet groups. And I really have more, definitely more communication with the actual folks at the Spire, at the agency side. So that trickles back through the team, and I know the crew chiefs over there and that are going to be over on the team side. But for Corey and I mean, I've raced against Corey more in the Cup Series than anybody. And we've been side by side and pushing each other or crashing each other. And, unfortunately in the past, I've done more of the running into him than he ever has me. So I still, he still owes me a few, and I still owe him a lot of favors. So we understand each other on the track, and being that now we are truly going to be able to work together more than ever through Chevrolet and everything. That'll just be natural on the track. And I wouldn't want to, besides my teammate Kurt Busch, I wouldn't want to help anybody else anymore than him and Jamie in the 77.
I know obviously you're focused on the 42, but looking back at last year's Daytona 500, when you were in that 77, you were close to winning it with 2 laps to go. So do you think that whether it be the 7 team or the 77 team with McMurray, do you think Spire could have a big underdog opportunity to win the 500?
Absolutely. Way better chance than I ever did last year. Just Jamie's experience, and he's been there and he's done all this. So I've really relied on him and Kurt to try to talk through scenarios and really just try to, be more like them, because they've been here and they've won these races. But yeah, him and Jamie and Corey and Kurt and I we're all going to have opportunities. And I took a big risk last year with 2 laps to go and could see the lead, and I, didn't quite make it.
Thanks for your time. Good luck to you in Speed Weeks.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, we're going to take our next question from Kelvin with ROC Sports. Go ahead, Kelvin.
Thanks, Amanda. Thanks, Ross, for taking the time out today. Just a question on NASCAR deeming this the most exciting season yet, and being a rookie in that, and then all the NASCAR's the changes. You're getting 6 road courses this year. What does that mean, and how excited are you for the changes that NASCAR's made, and what track are you looking forward to the most of the changes?
Well, I've just recently made my first laps with Chevy and their simulator at COTA, so that was eye-opening. I've done it some on iRacing, and I'm still just trying to count to 20 because there's 20 turns, and that's more than I've ever done. So those are challenging, but I don't know on the other stuff. Just getting into the rhythm of the season and just racing is going to be so difficult. That's all I can really focus on, and it'll just be working, obviously preparing for the season, but just each race. It's just one race at a time. It's still a race car. These are still just racetracks, and just trying to maximize those weekends is the biggest thing, and not getting too caught up on the Bristol Dirt Race, not getting too caught up on COTA. I don't want to go perform bad, but I need to it's got to be a bigger picture and just 1 week at a time.
Thanks. Good luck next week.
Thanks.
Okay, we're going to take our next question here from Tucker. Go ahead, Tucker.
Oh, did you call on me there?
Yes, I did. Go ahead.
All right. Ross, as we've seen in the last few years, especially the last season, the best driver over the course of the season doesn't necessarily always make the championship race in their respective series. So given the fluky nature of getting to the playoffs and winning the championship now, getting to the championship round, that is, how exactly is the playoffs a good metric for determining a champion, especially when leagues like IndyCar and Formula One decide their champion via a season-long format?
It's the rules we have. And we all know it, and we all plan accordingly. So whatever series you're in as a racer, you're going to examine the rule book, find the gray areas right on the car and on the driving, and what's acceptable. Something as simple as track limits and stuff. So it's no different with the points. We know what we have to do. And the driver points is what this series and this sanctioning body has built our sport to live on. And making the playoffs is the goal, for everybody. And so that's it. You can't say, well, I don't believe that, so I focus on this or something else. That's it. And so, if it was a different format, we would focus on that. It's, if I was an IndyCar, I would focus on season long, and you'd still just go race. That's at the end of the day, whatever your point structure is, they're just race cars or race trucks and different racetracks, and dirt, concrete, asphalt, road courses, doesn't matter. We just go try to win.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we're going to take one final question here from Chase Holden. Go ahead, Chase.
Hey, what's up, Ross? Look, man, everyone knows you to be this high energy guy when it comes to winning, your celebrations, the signature watermelons. How important do you think that is for these drivers to have this kind of big burst of personality now that we have a whole new drum of tracks and racing and honestly new fans coming into this sport?
Oh man, I love that I have something that actually means so much to me and my family. And, to sit down and go home after we won that first race in Las Vegas and talk to my granddad, and we're just sitting there eating a watermelon at his house, and he's just like, you just showed so many more people watermelons. And, we believe that will help more people buy watermelons, and a rising tide raises all ships. And although they might not be buying one of our watermelons, it's something that our family lives on, and it's our livelihood. So everybody I don't think is going to have something as tangible and visual and is funny and makes as many people smile as a watermelon. But yeah, I do think that guys, should put that effort in. I mean, but we all can't do backflips. We all can't do, we all have to find our niche, and it's no different than in life in general. So, yeah, mine was a very natural, very easy fit, and wasn't planned. So that's what makes it even better. And it has evolved to some of y'all on this call were ones that were, I just held it up that first week, and then somebody was like, "What are you going to do with it?" And I was like, "Well, I'm going to smash it. I guess we'll go smash it." And so it just evolves, and that's what makes it so cool. And yeah, I mean, no doubt about it, we are a traveling circus, right? I mean, it's kind of funny to say it out loud, but that's kind of how I view it in a laughing, joking manner. We come, we set up our tent, we perform our show, right? We compete, we pack it up, and we go to the next town. So why not embrace it, and everybody has their thing.
Are you confident that that some of your sponsors might let you slap a watermelon paint scheme on this year?
Yes, I think a little bit. They definitely encouraged me to talk about it, and nobody has ever asked me not to talk about watermelons, because it's such an easy conversation piece, and whether it's in the real joking manner or the more serious side of the watermelon industry, and talking about what I know about these farmers and buyers and shippers across the country. We will have, so Advent Health, as y'all might remember, in the 77 car, they incorporated some watermelon into the paint scheme. They're going to do that again. They even put a watermelon slice on my fire suit and didn't tell me. I showed up for the production day, and there it was. And that blows my mind that a group like that's really become like family to me and everybody at CGR would take space on their fire suit, right, that they're sponsoring to promote their brand and their Advent Health brand, and put a slice of watermelon on it that means so much to me, and not even tell me ahead of time, just do it and know that I'd like it, and it means the world.
Heck yeah, man. Best of luck this season. Thanks so much.
Yep, thanks.
Ross, thank you so much for your time today, and we wish you the best of luck in the Daytona 500.
All right, thanks for having me. Y'all have fun with the rest of the guys.
Thanks, Ross.